The title of this video says the end of aluminum. That sounds dramatic, maybe even a little crazy, but by the time this video is over, you're going to understand exactly why we said it. And you're going to agree. Because what Xiaomi just did to the way cars are built makes standard aluminum look like something from a museum. Picture this. It's the year 2021. A company famous for making cheap smartphones, air fryers, and electric scooters walks into a boardroom and says, "We're going to build a car." Not just any car. A car that will lap the Nurburgring faster than a Porsche. A car stiffer than a Bugatti. A car where the chassis is printed, not welded, in under 2 minutes per section. The room laughs. 3 years later, nobody is laughing. The Xiaomi SU7 Ultra exists. It's real. It's on the road. And it just ran the Nurburgring in 6 minutes and 46 seconds, beating the Porsche Tyon Turbo GT by several seconds. And the craziest part isn't the speed, it's how they built it. Xiaomi didn't just make a fast car. They threw out 100 years of car-making tradition and started completely from scratch. No traditional welding, no stamping hundreds of steel pieces together, no giant baking ovens. They used artificial intelligence to invent a brand new metal that has never existed before, then built a machine the size of 2 basketball courts to shape it, and then turned the battery itself into the actual skeleton of the car. What they came up with is so different from anything else on the road right now that it almost sounds like a video game stat sheet. But every number is real. Every claim is backed by the machines already running in their factory in Beijing today. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how they pulled it off and why the traditional automotive world is scrambling to catch up. Let's start at the very beginning. The problem with every car ever made. Here's something most people never think about. The way cars are built today is basically the same way they were built in the 1950s. You take flat sheets of steel, you stamp them into shapes using giant presses, and then you weld all those pieces together, hundreds of pieces, thousands of welds. It's been the same process for generations. Think of it like making a cardboard box. You cut out all the flat pieces, fold them into shape, and tape everything together. It works fine, but every single fold is a weak spot. Every piece of tape is a place where things can eventually go wrong. And the more pieces you have, the heavier and more complicated everything becomes. For a car, every weld point is a potential failure over time. A standard car chassis can have hundreds of individual stamped parts held together by hundreds or even thousands of welds. Each one adds weight. Each one vibrates slightly. Each one is a spot where noise can creep into the cabin. Engineers have spent decades shaving grams here and there, making the process slightly better and slightly cheaper. But the fundamental idea has stayed exactly the same. Then electric vehicles came along and made the whole problem even worse. An EV needs to carry a massive heavy battery pack. The battery has to go somewhere, and the floor underneath the cabin is the most logical place. But when you bolt a giant battery box under the floor like a suitcase, it becomes dead weight. It makes the car heavier, which means you need a stronger and heavier chassis just to hold everything together. You end up needing more battery to move the extra weight of the chassis, which makes the battery heavier, which makes the chassis need to be stronger again. It spirals. Tesla tried to break this cycle in a clever way. Instead of stamping and welding dozens of individual steel parts together, they started injecting molten aluminum into giant molds to create huge single-piece sections of the car. They called it Giga casting. Instead of 60 separate parts welded together, you get one big piece straight from the mold, fewer joints, less weight, faster production. It was genuinely revolutionary thinking. But it had one enormous problem hiding inside the metal itself. A problem that stopped every other manufacturer from copying it properly. And solving that problem is where Xiaomi's story really begins. The oven problem that stopped everyone. When you pour molten aluminum into a mold and let it cool, the metal solidifies, but the inside is actually quite weak. The tiny crystal structures that make up the metal at a microscopic level are all jumbled and pointing in random directions. The part looks solid, but under real stress, it can crack or deform. The standard fix is called heat treatment. You put the cast part into a massive industrial oven and bake it at extremely high temperatures for several hours. This process lines up those tiny crystal structures and transforms the part from brittle and weak into strong and tough. It's like the difference between raw dough and a fully baked loaf of bread. Same ingredients, completely different result. Sounds straightforward, right? Here's the brutal catch. When you heat a huge complex piece of metal to those temperatures, it doesn't just get stronger. It also moves. It warps. It twists in tiny but extremely important ways. And when you're building a car chassis where every millimeter of precision matters, even a small bend means components no longer line up correctly. Doors don't close right, suspension points are off, the whole thing becomes a headache. So manufacturers were stuck choosing between two bad options. Skip the heat treatment and have a part that is the correct shape but not strong enough to handle real-world stress. Or do the heat treatment and have a part that is strong but slightly distorted. Pick your poison. Every major automaker tried to find a way around this. None of them succeeded. Some spent years researching it. Most eventually just accepted the compromise, built their processes around the limitation, and moved on. It became one of those problems that the industry quietly treated as unsolvable. Xiaomi looked at that situation and refused to accept it. Their engineers went through every existing aluminum alloy available on the market. Not one of them could meet every requirement at the same time. Strong enough, flexible enough, stable enough, and heat treatment free. The perfect alloy simply didn't exist. So instead of picking the least bad option from the shelf, Xiaomi decided to invent the option they actually needed. And the way they did it is one of the most interesting parts of this entire story. The AI that invented a new metal. This is where things get seriously wild. Xiaomi built a deep learning AI system they named Material Genome. Think of it as a scientist that never sleeps, never gets bored, and can run millions of experiments simultaneously inside a computer simulation. They fed it everything known about metals, alloys, and material science. And then they gave it a very specific mission. Find a formula for an alloy that is strong, flexible, precise, and requires absolutely zero heat treatment after casting. The AI ran simulations of 10,160,000 different alloy combinations. That number is almost impossible to visualize. If a human chemist tested one new alloy formula every single day without ever taking a day off, it would take over 27,000 years to test that many combinations. The AI did it in a fraction of the time. Testing mixtures of aluminum, silicon, magnesium, and rare earth elements across billions of virtual scenarios to find the one combination that hit every single target at the same time. Think of it like this: imagine you're trying to bake the perfect chocolate chip cookie. But instead of testing 10 or 20 recipes over a few weekends, you simulate 10 million recipes in a computer, accounting for every possible variation in ingredient ratios, baking temperature, and timing. And the computer gives you the exact recipe that produces perfection every single time before you ever turn on the oven. That's what Xiaomi did, except instead of cookies, it was the molecular structure of a brand new metal. The result is called Titan's metal. It's a fully patented alloy that belongs exclusively to Xiaomi. When it cools down after being cast in a mold, it comes out already strong, already at the exact right dimensions, and ready to be assembled immediately. No oven, no warping, no compromise. In practical terms, this means Xiaomi's manufacturing line moves faster, wastes less energy, and produces parts with higher dimensional accuracy than anything using the old heat treatment process. The parts fit together better. The tolerances are tighter. The whole system benefits from one single innovation at the material level. But a revolutionary new metal is only half of the equation. You still need a machine capable of using it properly. And Xiaomi built one that barely seems like it should exist in the real world. The machine that prints car chassis. Tesla's Giga press runs at 9,000 tons of clamping force. When it was first revealed to the public, automotive journalists called it the engineering limit of what humanity could build. It's the kind of machine that makes veteran engineers go completely quiet when they walk into the room with it. Xiaomi built a 9,100-ton version and called it the Hypercasting machine. This isn't just a bigger number on a spec sheet. The Hypercasting machine covers the area of 2 basketball courts side by side. It weighs over 1,000 tons by itself. It heats Titan's metal to 700 degrees Celsius and then fires it into a precision mold at a speed so fast that air bubbles have no time to form inside the metal as it fills the cavity. That air bubble detail matters a lot more than it sounds. Air bubbles trapped inside cast metal are like invisible cracks. From the outside, the part looks perfect. But under the kind of forces a performance car experiences, those hidden voids become the starting points for fractures. By using injection speeds that are too fast for bubbles to form, Xiaomi gets parts with the kind of internal density you normally only see in aerospace components. Every cubic mm is solid. Here is what this machine actually produces in a real production run. The rear floor section of a car is one of the most structurally important parts of the whole vehicle. In a standard car, that section is made from 72 separate stamped steel parts, all held together by 840 individual weld points. Each of those parts has to be manufactured separately, transported, stored in inventory, picked up, aligned, clamped, and welded one by one. The complete process takes several hours and requires many workers and machines. Xiaomi's Hypercasting machine produces that exact same section as a single piece in 100 seconds flat. 72 parts become 1 part. 840 welds become 0 welds. Hours of work become 100 seconds. On top of that, the single-piece cast section is 17 lighter than the traditional multi-art steel version and produces 2 dB less road noise because there are no tiny gaps or imperfect welds vibrating against each other at 2024 highway speeds. And once the machine produces each piece, the work doesn't stop there. Every single casting gets scanned by X-ray imaging and high-precision laser sensors right there in the machine before it even leaves the press. If the AI controlling the quality system detects any flaw of any kind, the part is automatically rejected before a human being ever lays eyes on it. The quality standard is essentially superhuman because no person could inspect at that level of detail that fast. A brand new chassis section rolls off this machine every 90 seconds. Now, if you think that's the most impressive part of this whole story, what Xiaomi did with the battery is going to genuinely surprise you. The battery that became the bones. In almost every electric vehicle on the road today, the battery is basically a giant, expensive, heavy box bolted underneath the floor. It sits there doing one job, storing electricity. It doesn't help hold the car together. It doesn't add stiffness to the structure. It just sits there as dead weight that also happens to power the motors. Xiaomi asked a question that sounds simple but turned out to be worth everything. What if the battery wasn't a passenger? What if it was the skeleton? This is the idea behind CTB technology, which stands for cell to body. Instead of a separate battery box attached to the frame, the battery cells are built directly into the chassis structure. The top surface of the battery pack doubles as the actual floor of the cabin where you rest your feet. The cells below aren't only storing energy, they are actively helping hold the whole car together. But Xiaomi didn't stop at CTB. They added one more design decision that sounds backwards at first, but is actually a stroke of genius. They flipped the battery cells upside down. Here's why that matters. Every battery cell has a pressure relief valve, which is a small safety mechanism designed to let hot gas escape safely if the battery overheats. In a normal battery pack setup, these valves face upward toward the cabin and the passengers. To protect people from those valves, engineers have to build thick layers of protective material between the battery and the cabin floor. That protection is necessary, but it adds height and it adds weight. When Xiaomi flipped every cell upside down, the pressure relief valves now point downward toward the road, completely away from the passengers. The safety protection is still there, but it's handled by the floor of the car itself rather than layers of material packed into the battery. This allowed them to remove all those thick internal protective layers and bring the total thickness of the battery plus floor system down to just 120 millimeters. That's roughly as thick as a hardcover book. The results of this one decision are massive. The car sits lower to the ground than most dedicated sports cars, which gives it a lower center of gravity and makes it corner flatter and grip harder through turns. And because the battery cells themselves are part of the structural load path of the chassis, the whole car becomes extraordinarily rigid. How rigid? The SU7 Ultra has a torsional stiffness of 51,000 Newton-meters per degree. Here's the comparison that makes that number hit properly. A Ford F-Zero Raptor, one of the toughest and most capable pickup trucks on the market, measures at around 25,000 Newton-meters per degree. The Xiaomi sedan is twice as stiff as a trophy truck. It's also stiffer than a Bugatti Chiron. A car built by a phone company using a battery as its backbone is stiffer than one of the most expensive road cars ever made. That rigidity isn't just a cool trophy number. It's what makes every other system in the car work better. When the chassis absolutely does not flex under any load, the suspension can do its job perfectly every time. The shock absorbers respond exactly as tuned. The tires stay flat against the road surface through hard cornering. The whole car behaves exactly as the engineers intended because the foundation underneath never moves. And the engineers intended it to handle 1,548 horsepower from 3 electric motors. Each motor spins at 27,200 revolutions per minute, which is a world record for a production electric motor. To give you a sense of how fast that is, most electric motors in high-performance cars top out at around 20,000 revolutions per minute. Xiaomi's motors spin 35 faster, generating more power from a smaller and lighter package. That's jet turbine territory. Without the Titan's metal chassis, without the CTB battery backbone, that level of power and that rotational speed would create forces that would simply destroy a conventional car structure over time. But because the material, the manufacturing process, the chassis design, and the battery integration were all engineered together as a single connected system, every piece supports every other piece perfectly. What this actually changes, Xiaomi proved something with the SU7 Ultra that goes beyond one impressive car. They proved that starting completely from scratch with no assumptions about how things have always been done is sometimes the most powerful engineering strategy available. Using AI to design a brand new alloy formula instead of tweaking existing ones. 1901 19 minutes, 1 second, that's rewriting the starting point. Building a casting machine larger than any that existed and using it to replace dozens of parts with one. That's rewriting the manufacturing process. Flipping battery cells upside down so the battery can carry structural load. That's rewriting what a car even is at a fundamental level. The Xiaomi Vision GT concept with its theoretical 1,900 horsepower and aerodynamics that would be banned in Formula One is not science fiction. It is a preview of what Xiaomi can already build right now with the technology that exists in their Beijing factory today. The Titan's metal is running. The hypercasting machines are printing chassis sections every 90 seconds. The CTB architecture is already in customer hands. What makes all of this bigger than just one company's achievement is the signal it sends to every automaker in the world. The era of assembling cars from hundreds of individually stamped steel pieces held together by thousands of welds with the battery strapped underneath like an afterthought is giving way to something completely different. The new approach is to design the material, the machine, the structure, and the energy storage all together from the very beginning, letting AI find the solutions that human intuition alone would never discover. That's not just a better car. That's a different way of thinking about what a car is and how it gets made. And every serious automaker on the planet is paying very close attention right now. If you made it this far, you clearly love this stuff as much as we do. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We're going deep on more next-generation engineering stories because the next few years are going to move incredibly fast. Now, here's the question we want you to answer in the comments below. Do you think another tech company like Apple, Samsung, or Google could do exactly what Xiaomi just did and build a car from scratch that actually competes at the highest level? Drop your answer below and let's talk about